for a 1 rep max right here?
Hope so.
Let me like lay on it while you do it?
Maybe after.
Maybe when it's already on my chest, finish me off. Help me break it? I think I got it.
Why am I here?
I really didn't think I could get it.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to this new video. I hope y'all enjoyed that first little joke tidbit, funny moment at the dungeon. Don't get to joke around a lot when lifting, so it's always fun to play a prank on your friends. But today's video is going to be 5 bench press tips, and also I'll bring you along my entire workout that I did on this day. So first tip, treat your warm-up sets as if the working weight is on the bar. So this is very important for your nervous system, for injury prevention, and overall just strength whenever you're working out. So nervous system, whenever you do warm-up sets, it gets your nervous system properly ready. It starts firing up. It starts getting ready to actually lift some type of weight. If you just go straight into sets, that's whenever you start getting your nervous system going to be fried a little bit. It's not going to be ready. It's not going to be prepared to actually lift the weight. Injury prevention is obviously another thing. If your body just gets this big load on its muscles, it's just going to obviously something's going to get strained. It's going to get hurt, something like that. And then strength, you need warm-up sets with a nervous system, and that will obviously help your actual working sets, and it'll get your technique properly ready. So second tip, push back against the bench and keep your chest big. So what's big about this is whenever people bench, sometimes they lose their tightness in their back. They actually just let the bar kind of just dictate what they're doing. You have to actually move the bar in your path. You have to push, like instead of pushing the bar, think about pushing back against the bench. That will make you, I promise you, you will feel the difference the instant you start thinking about that mentally. That's a mental cue right there. Push back against the bench. Just try it next time you lift. I promise you, you will feel the difference. So next tip, keep elbows in. I'm also sorry that I have to go through so quick through this. It's just hard to get a lot of footage, so keep elbows in. I use this view right here to show you that my elbows don't come like completely in, but they're like they're right in between out 90 degree and 180, 0, I don't know, 45 degree pretty much. I try to not, if you go too close together, it's kind of a close grip bench, and that will make you a little bit weaker. And if you put them in that perfect position, it gets the triceps involved, and it will make you much stronger. Proper rest between sets is the fourth tip, which this is pretty obvious. If you don't have the proper rest between sets, your body is not going to be prepared. You are going to be a little bit tired. Your muscles are going to be fatigued. You're not going to be ready to get into the next set. So especially when you're working with heavy weight, I suggest taking a little bit longer rest to actually get prepared. This isn't a conditioning session. This is a strength session. You're trying to build muscle. You're trying to get stronger. So take your time when you're in the gym. But don't take too much time, but take the proper time. You'll know your body's ready. So fifth tip is keep your feet on the floor and use leg drive. So I have this in slow motion right here to show you that my legs are a little bit flexed whenever I'm coming out the hole, which is actually very huge whenever you start trying to want to lift heavier weight. This will get you out the hole so much better, so much easier. You'll be able to do more reps. It is a full body movement. So I hope y'all enjoyed those tips. Here is the workout. Single arm press. So this is a shoulder movement that I usually use on my push days. I either do this or a barbell overhead press, so it's just whatever I'm feeling on that day. And with this movement, I think a lot of people think that this is not okay to do, especially if you're a baseball player. So I have a lot of baseball subscribers, baseball followers who are watching this, and they think this could hurt your shoulder. But baseball is an overhead movement. You are constantly throwing overhead, so why should you be weak in that position? So I think by actually using the overhead movement to get stronger, you're actually doing an injury prevention on throwing a baseball. But you could also do a stupid amount of this or use bad form, which also could hurt you. So honestly, I would say take this movement with a grain of salt. Don't use it if you have any prior shoulder issues. But if you've never had any shoulder issues or very minor shoulder issues, I think this is a perfect movement to actually get you stronger in that position. And just don't overdo it. Don't do a bunch of volume. Get stronger at this movement, and that's all you need to do. This is a great movement, I think, for the anterior delt, so the front of the shoulder. So if you really want to get a good capped look on your shoulder, kind of, you want to get bigger shoulders, this is a huge movement. Overhead movements is huge for shoulders. So if you want to have better looking shoulders, I would suggest doing this movement about 2 to 3 times a week, and get stronger at it week to week or month to month. And then I promise you will see growth. You will see strength gains. And yeah, so this is one of my favorite movements. I use it twice, 3 times a week. So on a 45-degree incline press. So what's huge about this is I think this uses a great amount of chest and anterior delt, and it's right in the perfect middle. I think this is the best bang for your buck if you have to squeeze this in a workout. Use this movement. This movement is huge, I think, and it's a great pump. You really feel it in your chest. You really feel it in your shoulders. I think this is by far my favorite accessory movement for bench. I think it gives you a lot of growth, and honestly, it's a great compound exercise. It's something that you should have in most gyms, a incline bench, which here the incline bench I'm using is on one notch up, but really it depends. If you want to work a little more shoulder, put it a few notches up. If you want to work more chest, a few notches down. Obviously, the lower the incline, the stronger you'll be, so that's up to you. But I usually like to go right in the middle at 45 degrees, and yeah. So another thing I want to say about this is there is a lot of pressing in this workout, and baseball players that are watching this, pressing is not bad, I promise you. If you do a stupid amount of pressing, then yes, it can be bad, but I promise you proper volume and proper technique will help. So on the tricep pushdown, so new cable machine came into the gym, and I am using it every chance I get. I love cables. So triceps I think are huge for pressing movements, and you need strong triceps if you want to press a lot of weight. If you want to get strong, you need triceps, and also I think triceps really look good aesthetically. If you're trying to get big arms, tricep is the biggest muscle on the arm compared to the bicep. Your tricep takes up way more room, so if you can build up the tricep, you'll look way better. And this isn't like something that you shouldn't use if you're a baseball player. I think triceps are huge for baseball players. This is something that you need to, I think, be working at least twice a week, maybe. Just, you don't need to do a stupid amount of volume, but just get the work in with the triceps. I think it is huge. And then on the skull crushers. So skull crushers is a movement that's a little iffy that I haven't always used. It's sometimes giving me elbow pain, but it's something that I think is more of a person-to-person opinion, not opinion, but just preference. And if you don't find any issues in your shoulder or your triceps or your elbow with this movement, I think it's a huge movement. I love an overhead tricep movement. It really gets that long head of the tricep, which is huge for just like looks. And sometimes, we got to work out for looks. I know some people are watching this, they want to get stronger, but some people want to look better. So this movement right here will make your triceps really pop out. It'll give you a huge pump. And but just take it with a grain of salt if you have any type of elbow issue or shoulder issue or anything like that. If this movement feels uncomfortable, I would say don't do it. You don't have to do this movement to get big triceps, but I think it's a good movement to put in there if you are healthy and are able to do it. So on the lateral raise, this is another controversial movement if you're a baseball player or a pitcher. But if you're just another bro, I think lateral raises should be done 3 to 4 times a week. If you don't have any sport and you're just trying to get big, this movement is awesome for shoulders. You will get huge shoulders if you get good at this movement and do it often. So the reason this is controversial with baseball players, I think sometimes you can have shoulder impingement and things like that, but I think as long as you're doing this movement smart and not in a reckless way, I think you will only see benefits from it, because shoulders are huge in baseball. So take it with a grain of salt. Think about it before you do it. And don't try this at home. No, that's a stupid joke because I'm doing this at home. But on the chest fly. So chest fly is another controversial movement, and I think this one is obviously very, very good. This is chest is activated actually a lot during throwing phase of pitching. So chest needs to be strong. If your chest is weak, then you will be weak you will have probably a higher chance of injury if you have a weaker chest. If you have weaker muscles in general, I think you will be more at risk for injury. So it's good to work your chest. And actually I saw a video of Aroldis Chapman doing chest flies, and if there's anything that you should know, it's Aroldis Chapman throws hard as heck and he does chest flies. But obviously if you have mobility restraints, I would say don't add this in here, because this is more of a just to get blood into the muscle. So if you already have mobility restraints in your chest or your shoulders, I would say don't add this in. But it's a great movement to build a chest. I promise your chest will get huge. And last movement, I did push-ups. This is just a great body weight movement. I think it really gets a lot of work in. And I did 4 sets of 25 to end this out, just as a lot of sweat too. But I did this to end out the workout. I hope y'all really enjoyed this video. I hope I helped somebody. Hit the thumbs up, leave a comment, tell me if this worked. Hope y'all have a good one. Peace out.